Hello and welcome. In my previous videos on the Performance Trilogy, the secret to becoming a great leader was to focus on three core processes: strategy, execution, and development. The links to these videos can be found at the end of this presentation. Understanding each of these processes and utilizing the process tools, however, is necessary, but not sufficient for success. Specific leadership actions are required during each of the three processes to inspire staff and keep them committed. If staff are disengaged, you need to look in the mirror and take ownership of the problem. In this presentation, a leadership framework is introduced focused on the actions you must take as a leader to generate the following emotions: inspire faith in your strategy, confidence in your execution, and trust in your motives. Leadership is a concept that everyone knows when he or she sees it, but that very few really understand the complexity or formula for leadership. If you ask 10 people to define leadership, you'll get 10 different answers. If you search the word leadership in Google, you will get over 100 million hits. Such a plethora of perspectives gives the impression that the concept of leadership is well understood and easily defined. I am confident that the generally accepted views on leadership have been distorted by myths that have been built up over the years. Thousands of books have been written about great political, religious, military, and business leaders that give the impression that leaders are born, not made, and that leadership is reserved for the very few best and brightest. Many management and leadership models have been proposed, but few describe what leaders actually do. Popular books and articles are published continuously that promise quick fixes and magic bullets on management and leadership. These myths have prevented many technical managers and senior staff without business degrees from thinking of themselves as team or organizational leaders. As a result, many with high potential have hesitated to take appropriate steps to develop their leadership skills and take on more challenging assignments. Unfortunately, many more have been unsuccessfully thrust into management leadership roles without the proper understanding, perspective, or training. In my experience, it is rare to find technical managers who are skilled in all three of the processes of the Performance Trilogy. Now, I believe that everyone is born with leadership talent and can develop additional skills that will allow them to successfully execute the Performance Trilogy. Webster defines a leader as one who guides. The management literature defines leaders as those people who achieve goals. Each of these definitions captures elements of leadership, but provides no guidance on what to do during the life cycle of an initiative or how to elicit feedback on how well you were doing. Now, I offer the following definition and resulting model based on over 40 years of personal successes and failures in leading and coaching scientists and engineers in the United States, Latin America, Europe, and the Middle East, and reading over 200 books on leadership and management over the course of my career. And here is my definition of leadership. Leadership is the art and the science of creating the future by inspiring others to follow you to your desired destination, building their confidence in the path taken, and gaining their trust that you have their interests at heart. The essence of leadership is the ability to transform ideas into significant results. Now, as a disciple of the late Dr. Bill Hitt, Battel's Director of Leadership Development at Battel, I will always remember him repeating the last sentence in the above definition. While this definition seems straightforward and perhaps simplistic, as you shall see, even if you are skilled enough to create an excellent strategy, it takes a great deal of self-awareness, skill development, and hard work to successfully lead it through completion. There are no magic bullets. The leading Harvard expert on leadership, Dr. John Kotter, has suggested that 70% of all corporate strategies fail to achieve their potential. I am confident that by adopting the Performance Trilogy framework, you will increase the odds of success dramatically. Leading each of these three processes of the Performance Trilogy requires that you assume different roles and manage distinct responsibilities during each phase of your initiative. Now, in phase one, your role is to lead from the front, to create and promote a compelling strategy that inspires faith among your team. This is the most traditional view of leadership. In phase two, your role is to lead from the middle, to build confidence among your team with your ability to execute the strategy to produce results. This is the traditional view of management. In phase three, your role is to lead from the rear, to gain your team's trust by empowering them, guiding them, and helping them to grow as leaders. This is the traditional view of coaching. Ultimately, in my mind, asking whether someone is a leader or a manager is the wrong question. Using the Performance Trilogy framework, successful and sustainable leadership involves all three roles: leading, managing, and coaching, during each of the three phases of every initiative. Thank you very much for watching.